And we're back for another great episode. You got your host here, Dallas Melvin, and the man with the plan.
Truth, the truth. What's up, H-Town? What's up? What's
going on, Texas? It's been a minute, man.
Oh, man, we just took a quick break, but we back. We'll have y'all leave. We won't leave y'all starving again, but I'm happy to be back. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. College football pro, the hot seat, hiring and firing. What's finna go down? And it's crazy because I guess we start off with that because at the same time, as long as I've been in this bit, I've never seen an unemployment line that long with pink slips this early in the season. Then you turn around and a pro coach got fired on top of that.
So let's jump right into it. We're gonna start on the college side. Some people say one of the more surprising firings, and we're gonna start at the top. Your boy James Franklin, Penn State. You know, they started off number 2 in the country, right behind, or number 2 or 3, right behind my boys, Texas. We didn't fire our coach.
Ohio State too, right?
Ohio State was 1, Texas was 2, or Texas was 1, Ohio State was 2.
They were up there.
Penn State was 3 in every poll. So you go from being number 3 preseason to getting fired. So one thing is, like you said before, a lot of people said the preseason polls don't mean squat.
No, they don't. I mean, you look at Indiana now, where they rank that, and the things they putting up. But I think that they shouldn't have. I know it was 2 embarrassing losses, UCLA and Oregon. UCLA and Northwestern. Then UCLA won this past weekend. But I don't think they shouldn't have fired him that early. But it must have already been planned. But it's like, who they gonna bring in? I know they said some good names. Coach Matt, you were up at
Matt Rule.
I'm sorry,
Matt Rule up at Nebraska.
Yeah, Matt Rule. I can't believe I said my man's name wrong. Sorry about that.
They talking about the guy at Kansas State too.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Iowa State. Campbell.
Yeah, he's
definitely gonna be a candidate.
He just hurt right now. Yeah, he's a good coach.
Yeah. So and then you never know who's the next young up and comer.
What the thing is, I heard Al G, he's coach at Man, he's a defensive coordinator.
Oh, Al Grove?
He goes, yeah. What the thing is, what you gotta understand about this. It's a very tight window with the portal. Because once the football season, you have 2 weeks. Decide where you're gonna go. So if you bring in a coach in, like Al G, he can lead right away and get the recruiting right. But then you're going to get mad out there in Nebraska. He got to wait, because he got a coach. So it's like you're going to lose some transfer guys, get the transfer portal guys. And really, the high school kids got a little advantage now because with all this firing and who's in line, they got so long to get their transfer guys. Because after the 2 weeks or what, I think after the 21st of December, it's not going to be another portal. So it's going to be a lot of kids, high school kids, can wait and sign in February.
I thought the portal was in January now.
No, it's in December. It ends. They don't have number 2 weeks when the season over with. You just got 2 weeks.
No, but what about the kids that are playing in the playoffs? Those kids got to be able to transfer too.
Well, they ain't going to be able to transfer unless they don't go in the playoffs. So if you got a kid not playing and he want to transfer and his team going to the playoffs, he just going to put his name in the portal.
Right.
Before the playoffs start. So that foundation already going to get.
I don't like that. To me, they should have made the portal go after the national championship game.
Well, because you got to start school. You start school, national championship game is going to be school and start.
Yeah, that's called January. You're right.
So that's my point I'm saying about the favorite the high school kids got. You think about it, they got a huge favor because you're going to be able to get so many transfer portals, especially with all these new schools. These schools will have new coaches because the firing ain't over with. Right. That's the crazy thing.
So the great thing about it is, continue to check out our social media, In the Tunnel, sports media, on TikTok, on Instagram, to get your latest updates on the transfer portals, who's moving around as we move into the season. But I mean, here's my thing. Even if they go get an existing coach, a lot of those kids, you know how I roll. If I commit to Nebraska with Matt Rule go to Penn State, guess where that kid gonna go to?
He's going to probably go to Penn
He's going to
State.
end up signing Penn State.
Well, Indiana taking care of their business because they got 5 commitments from Penn State. They going to Indiana this weekend and look at the game.
There you go.
So
there you go.
They rolling. It's a new. That's why I tell everybody about this Porter, about the NIL deal. It ain't about the logo because you got schools logo wasn't nothing like IU, for example. And IU rolling. That guy's a good coach.
It's about winning, though. It's definitely about winning.
That's what I'm saying. But you can take a program and build. You buying the players. You can take a program and build overnight. Especially school got money. IU got Mark Cuban behind. 3 other major people. It's a business school. So they got money already. They just never really put a lot into football. Last time I knew IU had a hell of a football program. My boy from Madison, Kenneth Allen, played there back in the 80s. Because I remember 87 was out of them at Michigan State to go to the Rose Bowl. Michigan State beat them. Andre Rison, my boy. Shout out to my boy Lorenzo White. When they beat them, that was back in 87, I think. But Michigan State went on, moved on and beat USC in the Rose Bowl. And Indiana went to some bowl. They ended up winning. But that was the only time I remember Indiana raising hell. They might have some teams 6 years later won, then they go down. But now they rolling. That dude ain't going nowhere.
If he's smart, if I'm the guy in Indiana, you know who I want to be? You know who I want to be like? A little better, but this cat stayed. I want to be like Gary Patterson, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember Gary Patterson went to TCU and he was getting all the miles. He's like, I'm not going nowhere. I mean, they're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him well, and sure, Indiana would love to win a national championship, but they ain't the expectation there. As long as he keep them competitive, get the playoffs, they gonna get. I mean, and then they can luck up. TCU wins a national championship the year after Gary Patterson left, so they can luck up and get in. So if I'm that cat, and he talked plenty noise too, plenty noise. Him and Dan Lanning was going back and forth with that Oregon game.
Oh yeah, they did some bad calls in Indiana too.
Boy, I like him. I like that Indiana coach. If I'm him, unless Penn State's a big job. It's a big job, but it still ain't Michigan, Ohio State.
Oh, it's Michigan. Yes, it is.
It ain't Texas.
Hold on, time out, man. Michigan, Penn State got tradition. They was in the playoffs last year. James Franklin's problem was James didn't have no quarterback, and that's what lost the game against Notre Dame. And that's what I think he did a piss poor job.
If you a coach, you got your coaching opportunity. Where you going? University of Miami or Penn State?
It depends. You got to look at the situation.
I understand it depends. But I'm talking about.
You really can't make that decision because you got to look at the money. Who's gonna pay the most? You got to look at the situation. You look at what job is more pressure. Bobby Bowden said this when Florida State was independent. Miami used to be independent. Florida State had a chance to go to the SEC. He said, "Now I'm going to the ACC because there's less pressure." So a lot of times you do want to look at what job is more pressure too, though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Penn State ain't up there with Michigan and Ohio State and Texas no more.
Yes, they are.
You just said they are, but you said people ain't. You got to look at the situation.
Why you say that?
Anybody that offers UT offer them a job, they take it. Anybody that Michigan take them after them a job, they take it.
Penn State is a big time job too, though.
We're gonna see how many people turn it down.
Penn State was in the playoffs last year.
I get it.
It was game from the championship.
So was SMU.
You can't sit up there and say
so was SMU in the playoffs last year.
A big time program.
I didn't say they want a big time program. There's levels to it.
Yes.
There's levels. They on the level right below Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, and Texas.
Well, it just depends who gets the job. To me, they on the level with Ohio State now. James couldn't win the big ones because he didn't have no quarterback. If I got Penn State job,
be on the level.
If you got a good coach to come in, you on the level with them. You coming in with that.
I agree with you, but they ain't there right now because how you gonna be on that level?
Are you just the new kids on the block? And they up there right now. They don't got no history, but they up there right now.
They up there. I'm talking about before. Right now, if somebody came in and they offered you Ohio State or IU, come on, man.
Ohio State or who?
If they offer you the University of Indiana or Ohio State, you a coach. You keep talking about you can't say that. It's a program, man. 9 out of 10 coaches gonna take Ohio State if they can.
Melvin, can I explain this to you real quick? It's about the money too, though.
Who gonna have more money, Ohio State or Indiana?
Oh, man. You got schools that got money. They normally win. I just said Indiana got money. They gonna pay that man. They can pay that man just like Ohio State. That's a business school. You got Mark Cuban behind you. Like Buffett. Buffett's the richest man in the world. And he's behind the Nebraska program. So it just depends because a lot of these schools have to be at the bottom of these Power 4 conference. A lot of these schools got money, got just as much money as them. Look at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt A&M is the richest schools in the SEC. And Texas. They're the richest schools.
No, for sure.
Okay, but before Texas and A&M came in, Vanderbilt was the richest school.
I agree with you.
So what I'm saying is,
but they weren't allocating those funds towards football.
But my point is, the way you can build a football team now. Josh Heupel is a prime example. You know, Tennessee was dead for about what? How many years? Tennessee was dead for like
5-6 years.
No. My boy Fred Ward, former Texan. After he left, they probably was good a year after that. After what's his name got let go, you didn't hear about Tennessee. They had 3 coaches. When Josh Heupel got there, he got him back on the map. And what he did, he went in the portal. He built a team overnight in the portal. What I'm saying is, if you got a program, you got a school with a bunch of money, you can build a team overnight in the portal. If you can recruit and got the right staff, you can do that.
I am not saying you can't build a team overnight in the portal. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Be careful what you talk about, because I don't care about what you did in the past. It's like you taking over something and you taking something out of nothing. Like you taking something out of nothing to something. Simple as that. And if you got money behind you, you can do that.
So Vanderbilt. So you said Vanderbilt, which I agree with you, had the most money in the SEC before A&M and Texas got there, right? So if the job comes open and it's between Georgia and Vanderbilt, which job is the coach gonna take?
A coach might take the Vanderbilt job.
Not Mike. Come on, man. You in that industry. You got 10 coaches.
I'm trying to explain it to you.
You got 10 coaches.
I remember you asked the same question. We already asked this question. I already answered. I'm gonna say this and I'm done with it. A coach could take the Vanderbilt job because he might say it's less pressure and get the same amount of money he can get from Georgia. His agent can negotiate that because now Vanderbilt ain't going by no grades. They got a hell of a facility building, and you can win that like you at Georgia and Alabama.
Okay.
And they got money. That's the way the game is.
All right.
That's the way the game is.
Who else got fired?
It's about the money.
Who else got fired? But the logos get you money. Logos get you money.
Yeah, but you can take a no logo with money behind it and make it a big logo. And that's what Vanderbilt at now. That's why you at right now. The new kids on the block, winning overnight. And them coaches ain't going nowhere.
What you got? Who next coach got fired?
Shoot, you got the coach at Oregon State. He got let go. You got the coach at
Arkansas, Sam Pittman got let go.
Pittman got let go. Of course, you know Virginia Tech coach got let go.
You got we know Gundy got let go. Oklahoma State. From that standpoint, so here's the thing.
Yeah, you got
one of the reasons why I think they're letting these coaches go early is for the simple fact is they're gonna start talking to coaches behind the scenes, as well as they trying to figure out who their next coach is gonna be, and they know how it is. Like you said, these high school kids, these kids commit to a coach, so they commit to a Matt Rule or a Matt Campbell at Iowa State, and then they end up going to Oklahoma State, or they end up going to Penn State. Them kids gonna go with them.
Yeah, sometimes the situation the kids go.
A lot of those kids gonna go with them.
Then you have a lot of coaches that are recruiting them, end up getting head jobs overnight. So it's crazy because, like I said, these coaches got let go. You got more coaches gonna get fired. It's gonna be more shocking news. I think Michigan State coach gonna get fired. And one thing one of my friends told me, Coach College football, I want to say his name on the air. We'll talk about this, but he said, man, you gonna be amazed. There's gonna be so many jobs open. It's probably the biggest year jobs open. That's the scary thing.
Well, you know why, right?
Tell me.
Because everybody wanted revenue sharing, everybody wanted NIL, and now, not that it wasn't a business before, it's even more of a business now. They can't let them coaches sit in those spots and lose and not reach expectations because it affected the money before, but it affected the money behind the scenes. Now it's affecting the money like where everybody can see it, and you're going to have donors, you're going to have people saying, why are we paying him this? What does he get? What we getting for our money? And now that it's out open, these coaches ain't going to keep their seats.
But what's happening too now, it's a couple of programs, a couple of ADs, I ain't going to say no name. They're not letting these players hang around long, paying them all that money either. So if you're not producing, they telling you got to go. So they can get that money to somebody else. Transfer.
It's a business.
So it's a lot of, it's pro now. See, college football right now, it's like minor league baseball. A guy grew up in my neighborhood, we looked up to named Roger Walker, got drafted by the Reds, and he just told us, later on in life, he told us that when you play baseball, it's like you're not a kid anymore. They're gonna treat you like a grown man. That's how college football is now. And now they paying like a minor league. So if your mind ain't producing, you ain't stepping up, you ain't maturing, doing them, they getting rid of you overnight. And they going to find somebody else. So not just the coaches getting let go, you got the players getting let go. And see, really, a lot of these colleges are tired of buying these coaches out too. A lot of them are with that, like, and I'm gonna have to really, if this man win the SEC, they gotta give this man a raise. Compared to his salary with Jimbo Fisher's salary, they gotta give this man a serious raise. So, this dude, Jimbo, they gotta pay Jimbo to what, 2030, 2031? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Jimbo had a $75 million buyout.
This guy right now, they go ahead and get paid.
This guy ain't making $75 million.
Yeah, no, so this man winning and producing. Come on, his age, I'm sure after the season, they're gonna be like, hey. So it's all around with that, that's just the way it's going. There's a lot of schools gonna have to buy out. They don't want to buy out, but they want to compete. They got to do what they got to do. It's crazy. It's just Wild Wild West right now.
Well, to that point though, some of these schools that want to buy these coaches out, they literally ain't got the money.
Exactly.
Because the buyout is so big. Like Lincoln Riley ain't got USC playing well right now. But it don't really matter. As much money as USC has, they don't have enough money to buy out, pay him $25 million to buy him out, and then go turn around and hire another coach for $25, $30 million. And then you still got to pay. Then you got to pay the NIL players. NIL players gave these coaches a little bit of job security if you got a big contract, because they can't buy you out and go play the players and go get another big name coach. So from that standpoint, you're gonna see coaches coming in with some cachet, negotiating. They might not get as much on the front side, but they're going to negotiate a big buyout on the backside so they can keep their job. So, college, big game.
Well, yeah, you got
big game. Tell us about you went and watched my alma mater in Dallas. I didn't make it this year. I talked to a lot of. I've been the last 4 or 5 years, but I decided to do a little game watching party with some friends this year. So I already know how it was though, but tell me about your experience.
Well, I mean, I took my recruits down to Red River Classic. That's the Super Bowl of Texas. And I ain't been in a minute. And I had a good time. I was excited. I walked in the stadium, and I posted, say, hey, it's the best granddaddy of them all in Houston. Texas. Texas. Red River Classic. And I said, Manning gonna shock the world. That's what he did. Manning had a good day. People got to lay off of him, try to put the pressure on him. He's young, but he came through, managed the game good. Texas defense played a lot better. I thought Manning played good against Florida. Texas defense the one playing bad.
Defense,
which they came through, but the kids they pump up from OU, I don't know what's going on. He played hard, and Texas took advantage of it, capitalized on everything. So I got to give a shout out to Sharkeez, shout out to Manning and Texas, and my recruits enjoyed the game. It was war. The refs let them play, fight. It was a true Red River Classic, and Texas got to keep winning out. They got a tough road in front of them. But they can do it. They got Kentucky next, and then they got Vanderbilt after that.
Yeah, they got Kentucky next. Texas went in and beat a team that had the number 1 or 2 defense in the country.
Yes.
They were leading the SEC in sacks, leading the SEC in points allowed. Leading the SEC in third down efficiency. So Texas showed up and showed out. Here's the key. It's all about consistency. They got to take that same intensity that we all saw that they had in Dallas, and they have it every year. That's why we say it don't matter if Oklahoma's ranked, if we ranked, if neither one of us are ranked, or we both ranked in the top 5. You throw the records out. Because it's one of the biggest rivalry games in college football right now. And when you start talking about a neutral site game, the only other one I can think of that really people think about is the largest cocktail party in Georgia, Florida, and Jacksonville. But other than that, the big neutral site games we used to have all the time. You know what? Now that we got NIL, now that we got revenue sharing, now that these teams really need to start playing in other another big team outside their conference, maybe they can bring some of those back.
Yeah.
That was good for college football.
That's true.
It's good. It's good for recruiting.
Yes.
Like you say, you got the chance to take your kids to Dallas and experience 2 big schools, whereas in the past you would have to go to Oklahoma, then Texas, and then not be able to play in a game like that.
Well, the thing is, Dallas, Melvin, it's nothing like a high school kid experiencing the rivalry games. And like I said, that game is on a neutral site, which is great. You got state fair going on.
Yep.
Kids like the food. Kids want to ride the ride. Whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But, all rivalry games are good to take recruits to is Texas OU. Like I said, the Cotton Bowl, Georgia and Florida, Michigan, Ohio State. Even back in the days, up and down by UCLA and USC. And the most ignorant rivalry, you know what I'm going to say, the Iron Bowl.
Oh, Auburn, Alabama.
But it's good for them to see that, because they see the atmosphere, they see what it's really like. They see it's not a show, it's a business, and show how these guys are fighting to win this game. Because, like I said, the Ruffs let them fight Saturday down there.
Yeah. At the beginning of the game,
they
was in the end zone. They was in the end zone.
Doing the game and everything, but they toned it down. But it's war. You see the fans going crazy, talking crazy to each other, cussing each other out. Then, of course, we sitting by the UT student body. Remember, they scored a big touchdown. They threw beer all up in there. Yep. But it's a good experience to see that. And like I said, I'm leaving another one out. I always wanted to go to this game and win. I had a kid just graduate. Now I got to go 1 year. I know it's cold in Philly, but that Army and Navy games.
No, that's a good game.
I would love to go there. It's nothing like experience.
That's a good game.
It's nothing like experience the top rivalry games. But like you say, you playing neutral site.
Neutral site.
Cocktail Bowl. That's the biggest tailgate part.
Yeah.
But then Texas, like you said, you got to stay fair. So you got millions of people traveling just to go there. A lot of these kids got winter break. Some people already was out of school half of the week, go every year. They go to that game. Of course, you got the PB and Grambling game a couple weeks before that, but it's nothing like that right there. So it was just a bunch of people at that thing. Man.
So it's one of the biggest games of the year for both schools. One of the biggest games of the year for college football. I mean, it's a big game. You had Kirk Herbstreit, and those guys were in Oregon for College Game Day. So he left the set early because he had to fly out because he was doing the Texas OU game in Dallas at 2:30. So, so he got a police escort. From the airport both ways just so he could get there to call the game. So that's a big game because the game, they could have got anybody to fill in, but they wanted the top announcers because that's how big that game was. So other contests the last weekend.
You had IU and Oregon. Speaking of that, we talked about that earlier. That was a game. That was serious.
I like that both coaches was talking smack.
Yeah.
They didn't go talk smack, and
But Dallas, man, you got to realize college football really finna be a big conference. I mean, one big conference. Them putting the Big Ten schools made it competitive. Then competitive coaches. I mean, like you said, they both talking noise. Hey, man, that's what it's about. It's war. And there was a lot of calls they made on they didn't make on IU. There was a couple of pass interference they didn't call. But IU, they made a statement. They the new kids on the block.
Here's what I'll tell you. IU is playing well. They're gonna go. They're gonna play a little better than last year because he got a few more bigger kids in the portal. But come the end of the year, it's gonna be interesting how much depth they have to be able to make it through the playoffs, as well as having the kids' experience to go up and play against the Ohio State that should make the playoffs, play against a Miami that's hungry that should make the playoffs, play against a Georgia that's probably gonna make the playoffs.
So you trying to say, can they play against some competitive with the big teams? Yeah, they can. They just did. Oregon was in the playoffs last year too. So they're not scared of nothing.
I'm not saying they're scared, but Oregon, to me, Oregon don't have the horses. Oregon plays well, but Oregon, I've never looked at them as having the horses to beat the Alabamas, the Georgias, even like Miami right now of the world.
Oregon lost by a field goal against Auburn, so I won't never say that. Oregon gonna get the best.
I mean, anybody can win.
Anybody can win anything because I didn't see Clemson, they didn't roll over Alabama in the championship.
But who you put money on?
Yeah, who am I putting my money on? I'll put my money on IU. I think IU can beat with Ohio State.
You think IU could beat Ohio State right now? They gonna play each other?
Yeah, I think they can beat them.
You gonna put your money on IU?
Yeah, listen. it's like the David and Goliath. It's like you know, like I said, it's new kids on the block. It's a change in college football. They're not the underdog no more. They get their respect.
I wouldn't throw your money away like that.
I wish I would have
away like that.
I'm smart if I bet something. Because last year I just didn't take advantage of it, but I knew it. I told you that Vanderbilt was going to be Bama, and they beat them. So hey, things change. Now you have things happen every 10 years. You might not see it again, but nah, their program is on the map, man. Yeah, it takes a while for people to give them respect because they never kept programs like it kept consistent. But I can just see the early signs. They already got my respect. They competitive. It's not the OIU no more. Now it's gonna take people a while, like yourself. 2-3 years, then you give them their respect. I already see it. Now I see programs do good, coach end up leaving, do good, get looking better. They beat them that year, whatever. And then all of a sudden, these programs, TCU's a prime example. Remember, they wasn't nothing. Wacker was there. He bought the team. They were balling. After he got fired, they was dead for a long time.
Who was?
TCU.
No, they were on doubt. Patterson left 2-3 years ago, and then they brought the guy from SMU in.
My cousin played. We talking about I'm going back in the day. TCU and Rice was always the last place team.
Oh, you talking about in the 90s and 80s?
But listen what I'm saying. I didn't. My point I'm trying to listen. My point I'm trying to say, Melvin, is you could take a bad logo and turn that logo into a good logo. Rice and TCU was always the last place team. Wacker bottom of the team, they were bottom. Kenneth Davis on it, but when he let go, they went back slump and they hired. Who was the coach for Patterson? I can't think of the dude name. But Freshoni. Freshoni came in, they had an undefeated season.
Yeah.
Left went to Alabama with him, and then Patterson took over. Patterson never left, but they got that respect in TCU. Remember, they didn't bring them in the Big 12. So they was killing it in the Mountain West.
I know.
And people thought they couldn't do it in the Big 12.
But still, they got it.
And they came in the Big 12 and they won.
Well, it takes time. It took time, but it don't take as much time right now.
Well, it didn't take time. Then they were good. They were competitive then. They just wouldn't let them in the conference. It's like SMU. They finally got in the Power 5 conference. That Power 4.
And what SMU doing this year?
They're doing good.
They lost 3 games.
They lost 2 games.
Okay, they lost 2.
Yeah.
Against who?
They lost in the car. They lost 2 Big 12 teams.
So then they still got to play Clemson in conference.
Yeah, but that's fine. But at the end of the day, they back. So they can lose 3 games. Say they don't make the playoffs this year. They can't make it next year. My whole point is it takes people a while to respect logos. TCU always had my respect for they came in the Big 12. It didn't take time. They came in winning and kicking butt. And they were winning. IU, they did it overnight. They kicking butt. And like I said, once again, we keep talking, bring back the money. When you got the money, you can build a program overnight. But I understand. You think it's going to take them a while. I see programs, I see the future. I say they got it. And I see it early. Now you got it. Now it's going to take you 3-4 years for you to get them their respect. Now, if they beat Ohio State this year, what you going to say? Are you going to give the logo respect for next year and say they ain't the same IU no more? They can compete with the big dogs?
If they beat Ohio State, they earned it.
Yeah, what I'm saying, because they compete
but if they get blown out like last year, remember last year they was balling and then they got blown out.
And eventually,
Then what you're saying?
That happens too at times.
But I'm saying, if they get blown out by Ohio State, it's the same old IU that you had last year. Am I wrong?
If they get blown out. Well, we'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see.
Right now, they're kicking butt.
We'll wait and see. What about U of H? What you believe in U of H right now?
I mean, they didn't play nobody this weekend. U of H still built. But Willie Fitz is a winner. So he still got them doing what they got to do.
Can he win a Big 12?
They lost to Tech. No. Texas Tech, no. They team, they're not there yet. They almost there. Texas Tech got an SEC team. When they play U of H, them boys getting off their back. I ain't never seen that many players getting off their ass. They play Tech. Tech is.
So Tech gonna win the Big 12?
The way it look right now, Tech gonna win the Big 12. Yeah.
It ain't no.
They gotta play.
It ain't no way it look. Texas Tech is winning the Big 12. They may not lose a game.
The way it look now, I pick Arizona State to win it, but the way it look now, Tech gonna win it.
Tech is gonna beat Arizona State by at least 2 touchdowns.
They gonna win it. I think
by
right
at least 2 touchdowns. Have you not seen? By the way, Tech just got fined for throwing them tortillas again. They don't care. They like, find us all you want. We gonna continue to throw tortillas. That's our tradition, and we got money to pay for it now.
Well, a lot of people don't realize Tech is a predominant Hispanic college too now. A lot of people don't believe that. And it's a hard place to win. You don't want to go there and play there, and everybody is on top of you. So, like you said, we throwing the tacos and everything. The way they look, man, they look like an SEC team, man. Them boys are balling. They big up front.
They fast. They got receivers. They got some semblance of a defense now.
Like I said, I picked Arizona State before the season, but right now what it look like, man. Tech is going to win that conference. Tech going to have a high seed in the playoffs. They're going to be a team to watch in the playoffs.
No, for sure. I don't want to play. No, they don't want to play Tech in the playoffs. So that's what we got. You got anything about college? Let's go there.
Yeah, we got CU. Boy, CU. Boy, be the hurt Iowa State.
Oh, I didn't think you want to talk about that because you don't want to give him no respect. He beat a Big 12 team that's got a good tradition, a good program, and I was gonna let you make it. I mean, 3 days out the hospital, he come on there and he whoop up on Iowa State. I'm just saying.
I'm not trying to hide anything. You beat a team. It's like Houston won 2 games. Everybody think that's big, y'all. The Texans. I know we're gonna talk about NFL in a minute. They beat a C team, 9th grade team, the Titans, and they beat a JV team, Baltimore. Everybody was.
Can we stay in college?
Iowa State is like Baltimore. Stay in college? Right now. Everybody on that defense out for the season. So he was blessed to win that game. Let's talk about the game before that. Let's talk about we ain't been on the app. Let's talk about what he done before Iowa State. Somebody let me make it. No, I want to talk about that. See, you're gonna be right back in the same thing, and they not even gonna get invited to a Circle K bowl. So it is what it is.
So you going on here and saying they ain't gonna make a bowl again? Because that's what you said last year. They made a bowl and went 8-4. Last year you said they wasn't gonna make a bowl, so they make a bowl again.
Are they going 8-4 this year?
I don't know. No. Are they gonna make a bowl?
No.
I be
the hurt Iowa State team.
I say they gonna go 7-5 this year.
You just got to say
they gonna go 7-5 this year. You give them 7-5?
Hell no. Teams they gotta just talk about having the teams they gotta play. They gotta go to 10.
Okay. 75. You heard it here. Dallas Belvin said 75. This is the same dude that said they didn't make the playoffs.
They been getting drugged. They finally won.
How they get drugged? You don't want to talk about them winning the game. You want to talk about it getting drugged, but they just won? Come on, man.
Speaking of drugs, Arizona State just got drugged by Utah. So who else y'all got to play?
Yeah.
And Utah. I know Utah had a slow start and everything. But they talk about back to the Big Ten, USC game. USC beat Michigan in USC. Hey,
it's expected.
Ron better come on with it, Michigan.
It's expected.
But, that was
the quarterback.
That was a big win for USC. That was a big win. But I want to talk about HBCU football. It was a big game in Jackson.
Okay.
Jackson State had their homecoming against Alabama State.
Who won?
Jackson State won. And Alabama State had the ball on the 2-yard line last play of the game. Biden, the kid that played at Texas and transferred to Alabama State, he had a hell of a game. But got to give a shout out to my man up at Jackson State. Vincent Marshall, receiver coach, my guy, TC and them, they pulled out. Shout out to Eddie Robinson, too, because he doing a hell of a job at Alabama State. That was the game of the week, HBCU, and it was a hell of a game. It could have went either way. It's going to be tough on Alabama State because they're on the same side. But I'm picking Jackson's to win the whole thing. Which Jackson, ain't going to be no problem to win the swag. They're going to run through that. But definitely HBC. I can see them. I think it's going to be, it might be a rematch, but it's still going to be competitive. But they got to go through the MEAC to win it. But I think they can win it 2 years in a row. So shout out to them boys. That was a big game, good game too. So yeah.
Who else you got?
Well, we can get on some NFL now.
Before we get on some NFL, look for us out in the community, in the tunnel. We're gonna be out at TSU having their homecoming. Texas Southern University having their homecoming this weekend. So look for us out there at TSU because we like to support our HBCUs, support our people. We might get some quick cameos, so be ready. And then next weekend we got PV homecoming at Prairie View. So the tunnel's gonna be out on that yard as well. So look for us. Come say hello to us. We'd love to have a beverage with you.
Well, I hope you don't be stumbling in Prairie View. I know it's a different kind of level.
You never see me stumble. Never see me stumble. But that don't mean it's the first time for anything, but you ain't seen me.
I'll be in ATL at Georgia Tech Syracuse game, but I know you're going to be representing.
Yeah, I'll be
down in Atlanta representing the tournament.
All right. So this NFL, before we get started on these coaches, though, the Branch kid from Detroit, he got suspended for a game for the altercation. You think he should have got suspended for a game?
Yeah. That was unnecessary. Coach Campbell said, man, we don't act that way. And he embarrassed the organization, embarrassed the coach, embarrassed the teammates. And people don't realize you embarrass your family too. So whether they're married or not, just mom, dad sitting at home like, oh Lord, that was crazy. That didn't make sense.
So I think he should have got suspended for 2 games.
Well,
and here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. Here's the reason
why.
Boy
from Philly should have got suspended more than 1 game.
Why?
Spitting on somebody. That's assault. Come on, man. You spit.
So hitting somebody in the face ain't assault.
Put his helmet on. That happens. But spit.
He had his helmet on.
Spit, Melvin.
Hitting somebody in the face. Spit. So you rather somebody hit you in the face than spit on you.
Well, I want people to comment. Should you get suspended for 2 games for spitting on somebody, or you just get suspended on 2 games from hitting somebody?
Please comment.
And the way that he hit him, that's just the 1 game, Lil. It wasn't even a serious hit. That little tap hit, and the other boy acted like he couldn't even fight anyway. I would have jumped out on that, on branch behind. But to me, it wasn't that serious a punch. But he deserved to get suspended 1 game. But spitting on somebody, I think he get suspended for 5 games.
All right. So NFL did the right thing. They suspended him, but didn't just fine him like they thought they should. So we got our first firing in the NFL. Brian Callahan with the Tennessee Titans. By the way, his dad, Bill, was coaching offensive line. He's leaving too. Titans let him go this week. What you think?
Man, this is bad, the crazy thing is my boy D, shout out to my boy Crazy D. He's a big Tennessee Titan fan, but it's like Tennessee, they make a living drafting quarterbacks. All the way from McNair, P.Y. Lockett. It's like they draft quarterbacks for the last, they draft 5 quarterbacks. Then you got the Ward kid, And so Ward playing his butt. I hate to see him in that position, but it's a bad situation.
Tennessee.
And you put these quarterbacks in early. I don't know, but like I said, that organization, it is what it is, and it's bad.
So there's
and these people around here bragging when we beat them. And you're playing against a freshman season. Come on now.
So there is a systemic problem in the NFL when you look at how successful a franchise is going to be and how successful they're not going to be. And if you look at the last, I think, 6, 7, 8 quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall, they all had a different offensive coordinator / head coach in their second year. How you gonna progress? How you gonna learn a system, new system, every year and think you're gonna be able to perform at a high level going against other professionals who are performing at a high level? So yeah, a lot of it's on the drafts, the people that are being drafted. But when you changing the coach out, you draft me to run this system, and then you fire the coach, and that guy come in and ask you to learn another system that may not fit you as well. Perfect example. Look at Baker Mayfield. They drafted him in Cleveland. He won a little bit. They fired the coach. Then Baker left. Then Baker went to a couple more teams. Now he's in Tampa Bay, and they got him as a possible MVP candidate. Was Baker Mayfield a shitty quarterback before? No. Look at Jared Goff, number 1. He started off at LA with the Rams, got him all the way to a Super Bowl, played pretty well. Then he got traded. It's to your point, and you said this many times, and I'm gonna give Patrick Choo there a lot of credit. And it's super important, I think even more so in the NFL than even in college. The system that you put these quarterbacks in is probably even more important than the actual quarterback himself.
It's about the system, but it's another side to the story, too. Cleveland front office is jacked up, which they did get some good players on defense. But problem in Tennessee, they front office jacked up. Bud Adams' daughter's doing a horrible job. So it's a lot. It's a big soap opera there. And like you said, when you put the guys in the right system, that helps, And like you said, Baker, they're playing MVP ball right now. So, at the end of the day, that's, you got to make sure Your front office right. You got to make sure you bring somebody with the best systems. Because if you do look at Cleveland, the last time they had a quarterback was in the 80s. It's been decades since they had that quarterback. That was Kosar.
No, the last time they had a quarterback was Baker Mayfield. They just messed him up.
Yeah, but like you say, the system is not a place for quarterbacks to go at the end of the day. You're going to drive the best guy you want to. If your system ain't right and you know the Tories, that's somewhere with Tennessee what's going on there.
So, Titans is out. Who else ain't going to make it?
I hope AG make it.
Why would his first shit? Why would AG make
You
it?
just never know, man. Especially certain colors. You know, just never know.
Here's this
You
one.
don't have a quarterback.
Here's this thing. Here's the thing. If AG don't make it, he's not gonna make it because he held on to Justin Fields too long.
We don't have both quarterback, man. But you're gonna have to bench him eventually.
You got to give somebody else a shot.
Right.
You can't just sit there and let give you. The team is gonna quit on you at some point if they sit there and watch Justin Fields get rolled out there every week, knowing that this cat, they had 89 or 90 yards of total offense last week. Man, you got high school teams doing 4 times that much against better teams. So AG, I get it, but here's the thing too.
I've never been a fan of Fields. I mean, listen.
Whether you're a fan of him or not, you can't let him play.
Fields come from a curse, and you know what a curse is.
I know the Ohio State quarterback curse.
Yeah, so
They either soft or not good, or both. Soft and not good.
So let's talk some Texas football.
I
want to say this.
Since you talk Texas football, I'm just gonna say it. Some people might not agree with it, but that's another coach. That's another coach need to be on the hot seat.
No.
I'm just saying he needs to be on the hot seat.
Listen,
He needs to be on the hot
the
seat.
Texans' problem is
You don't win
the
games.
GM, offensive line, play OC, and Colgate, Bernard Stroud the fourth.
So it's everybody's fault but the
That's
head
the fault.
coach.
No, the head coach.
Come on now.
Head coach has got to realize that after the season over with, he got to do a better job doing the hiring the OC, but the GM doing that. You bringing a guy 42 years old for his offensive coordinator job, and he's from New England. They got to quit hiring these people from New England. That got to play out. I'm not gonna put everything on Coach Ryan at all, but at the end of the day, that side of the ball is the reason why I say the Texans not gonna win 10 games. Shout out to my boy D. Wayne. We argued yesterday at Seahawks about that. It's not gonna happen. I mean, with the teams we play,
You said the Texans not gonna win 10 games?
No.
No, I agree with you. They gonna be lucky to win 9 games.
And everybody hyped them on.
They gonna win up to win 9 games.
No, I don't think that's going to be. They got a tough game.
I think they're gonna.
They got to play against a tough D line on Monday night.
I think they're gonna go 8-9.
You know, they got
Texans and we should be calling for D'Amico's job if they go 8 or 9 or less.
We got to play with Denver coming in here. We got to play the Colts twice. They playing ball.
Colts got the best team in the NFL right
Well,
now.
the thing is, that division is tough. Everybody thought that division was weak because Jacksonville got a squad. And they got the other 2 DMs.
Okay, so if the Texans go 6-11, you telling me D'Amico should keep his job?
Yeah, he should keep his job.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Y'all accept the mediocre here in Texas. That's what it is. And he's
Say, man, I'm not mad.
mediocre in
So
Houston.
you said he need to go. And if H-Town Vic ever come on the radio show, man, I mean, come on our sports show, I want you to have Vic there. You know, Vic gonna probably lose and go crazy now.
I
But
don't
that
care.
man don't deserve to
What?
get fired.
I mean, so what? Why does he deserve to keep his job then? So 6-11 is what you would deserve to keep your job? 7-10, and you got 2 number 1 picks.
Mel, let me ask you a question. How long he been here?
4 years.
How many times he been to the playoffs?
3.
Well, why he should be fine then? I don't understand that. You sound like tight shirt Tony.
Really?
Somebody talking about Mike T need to be fired. They go to the Super Bowl and they lose. He talking about he need to be fired. I'm just saying. I mean, come on, you can't put on him. That GM need to be fired. That OC need to be fired. And Cole Ridge, Bernard, Stroud, Fort need to get some balls. That's as simple as that. That's the problem with the Texans. And they got to get smarter to make adjustments on that offense side. Simple as that. Everybody excited about them 2 wins.
Okay. All right.
We're playing against a freshman C team. Once again, Tennessee.
I'm gonna get you.
Play against the JV team. Come on now.
I'm gonna get you a I love D'Amico Ryan's T-shirt.
Well,
You don't want to hold him accountable. You want to hold all these other coaches accountable.
I'm not
You want to hold all these other coaches accountable, but it's okay for him to be terrible.
If it keep going the way it's going, yeah, you go on, but not right now. I won't do that.
Okay. All right.
You got to make some changes.
What changes they got to make? What about what you think? Are the Texans gonna win this week?
Nah.
They just came off a bye. They got 2 weeks to prepare for
They
this
got to play
team.
Seattle. It's not going to
They
happen.
had 2 weeks to prepare for Seattle.
That's it. But when you ain't got no offense, it ain't going to happen.
Okay.
Got a defense.
Okay.
Got a future Hall of Famer already, like Anderson.
All right.
So defense straight. Defense can make big plays, keep them in a position. That's how they got to win all their games, no matter who they play. But if you ain't got no offense, man, you got to score in this league. You got to manage the game in this league. You got to get your defense rest. That's what killed them on Monday night.
You gotta do more than score in this league because look at my Cowboys. They can't stop a cold. They can't. You talking about they average over 30 points a game, and both games that they lost, the team scored more than 30 points to beat them. So, I mean, I personally think that we need to get rid of our defense coordinator. I get it why you don't want to do it 6 games into the season, but you can't. Like, we got the worst defense in the league, but we don't have the worst players in the league.
Well,
it's a bad scheme.
Y'all just ain't got no defense, no safeties. Your D lineman undersized. Y'all got to regroup. But y'all got to understand, Jerry did that trade, and people gonna really appreciate that trade later on. Y'all got something that y'all sleep. Just right now, y'all defense ain't there. Hopefully they can make some trades, and they got to get some safeties and make it happen. Because like I said, they often score. That playing ball. The whole thing is if y'all got the ball last, that's the advantage y'all.
Yeah, if we got the ball last, we got a good chance. And that's what happened the last game. Carolina kept the ball the last 6 minutes of the game. We didn't get a chance to get the ball back to win. And that's because our defense couldn't get them off the field. It's 4th and 3, and we playing 9 yards off the guy. Like, it's bad scheme. Bad scheme. At some point, I want them cats to stop listening to the coach and just go out there and play football like we all know we should be playing football back in Pee Wee. I mean, you check them at the line. And by the way, you wasn't worried about this dude running away from me. It was Hunter Renfrow, this slow white boy that wasn't even in the league last year. So why you ain't man on him and knocking him off the line? I don't get it. I don't get it.
The guys can't go. He just whooped your ass.
Yeah, because of poor scheme. Ran by an All-Pro Bowler. Ran by All-Pro Pro Bowler. 3 yards. That's ridiculous. You know that's my team. But guess what? Until the defensive coordinator and the head coach gets more involved. He came out and said he's going to get more involved with the schemes this week. So until they get to the point where they're running more man-to-man, less zone, mixing it up, moving those guys around, not being predictable, we're going to have to score 35 points or more and win a game. The great thing about it, though, is we can do it because Pickens is balling.
But the good thing is, too,
and CD coming back.
The good thing is you have to come down to a field goal. Y'all best player can win the game for y'all.
Once again, we got two of the best. We got 2 of the top receivers in the league. We got a top quarterback in the league, and we got a kicker that can kick from 60.
The kicker, the best player.
Kick from 70. Excuse me. He can kick from 70. So once again, if we can just our defense don't need to be like the 85 Bears and hold them to 12 points. Just hold them to 21. Hold them to 24. We'll win. When last time you had a team say you hold that team to 24 points, we're gonna beat you? Like that's just sad. That's just sad. But I ain't lost hope. My Cowboys still on playoff push. All we gotta do is get in the tournament. We're gonna see what happens. From that standpoint, I think the team that's gonna surprise a lot of people, and I think they're sustainable, is the Colts.
Oh yeah, with Jones.
With Daniel Jones.
It seems like he must be in a good system. He's balling. And that's what they showing as a quarterback.
You know who the head coach is, right? Calling the plays over there, right?
Who?
You know it. You know it is.
I know who it is.
The guy that got your boy right, and now nobody want to give him credit. Steichen, the guy that was with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Went from Philly. Now he's in. So you start talking about like proven commodity. Jalen Steichen left, and Jalen struggled a little bit. Raptors won Super Bowl, and then they brought in Kellen Moore, and then got him back to the Super Bowl, and they actually
speaking
got him back to the Super Bowl, and then so Jalen Hurts is a quarterback because you know what? He was in Alabama, did okay, did pretty good, but then struggled. But then he went to Oklahoma and was a Heisman Trophy candidate. So he's the perfect scenario of showing you being in the right system where he can play. But he's never. Now let me correct this though. Let me say this. Even when he was in a system that wasn't perfect for him, he wasn't trash. He still performed. But Jalen Hurts, he still played well. He still played well, but he wasn't a tight end performer at a top-notch level when he wasn't in a system like Steichen had him in.
He's gonna be fine. He's fine now. He's gonna be all right. A lot of that ball he threw when he overthrew Brown that game, he stopped running. Brown stopped running. So I know you can't complain and everything. It is what it is with that. But anyway, I just want to talk truth to the truth right now. And I put up a post, Melvin, and the post said that, Houston should have drafted Bryce Young instead of Coleridge, Bernard, Stroud the fourth. And I put the post up. A couple people was talking noise, a couple people was believe what I said. And the thing is, Bryce Young can play. He came in a bad situation with a bad team, and they threw him out there. Now he got a good coach. He's winning now. Regardless, I said, he ain't playing against Dallas. They had no defense. He threw that tight window on that 4th and 4. And he's tough. He always been a game man. And I think, because if he would have came to the Texans right away, he would have had the same status with CJ. CJ came into a good situation. And it still can't. But right now, what is he doing? What's he doing now? It's like, what have you done lately? And I know people out there mad and everything. But Bryce Young, this will be a top, in about 2 years from now, he'll be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. That's all I got to say. And I wish we would have took it. Simple as that. That's all I got to say. Y'all mad out there and everything, but the truth coming out.
So I will say that you are 80% correct. And when I say 80% correct, I think Bryce Young is a better quarterback than C.J. Stroud, yes. I think Bryce Young, if he came in the league.
Did he beat him in college?
I think if he came in the league.
Did he beat him in college?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he did.
I think if he came in the league with the Texans,
he would have been balling.
He would have played well. But I also think he'd be struggling right now with this current offensive coordinator. The Texans.
Oh yeah, who won't be struggling? But
so from that standpoint, that just goes back to say.
But he's gonna show
system.
You. But I really see him in this system because he's a game breaker. He gonna find ways. Like that game against Tampa Bay, situations. What's his name was in? Coleridge, Bernard, Stroud, third was in, fourth was in. I mean, Bryce would have made the play.
I agree. Like I said, I'm 80% on your side.
If I ready to see him struggle with a team like that, he gonna make something happen. He gonna be a playmaker.
Speaking of, we got to go ahead and we got about 2 more weeks before NBA starts.
Yes.
So speaking of playmakers, what's your boy KD gonna do in Houston?
KD gonna do good.
He gonna get up to the championship game.
He gotta play him much. Just play him to when it's time. Sit out games like they do LeBron over there. That's all they gonna do. He gonna be all right. They're gonna beat the Lakers.
Oh yeah. They're gonna beat the Lakers.
Yeah. We're gonna wait and see. Can't wait to bring my boy Mashal to Malik Evans, bring him back in and talk that.
Yeah, we got Malik gonna be on a couple of weeks. We gotta get the NBA going. Because my boys up in Dallas, Cooper Flag, he's balled so far in the preseason. They got him running at point.
We're gonna beat y'all.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, we put some sticks on that right now. Who got the best? Who gonna have the best record?
We will.
We're gonna have the best record. Dallas or Houston in the conference.
We'll see, man.
Well, it's early. So y'all get online. Y'all get online. Let us know who your team is from the NBA standpoint. We want to go ahead and get some early information from you. so we know who to address when we start talking about the NBA season this year. I think this will be LeBron's second to last season. It won't be his last season. He's gonna go somewhere next year and play because he want to play with his son on another team.
That ain't happening
for sure.
That ain't happening. That's not happening. Ain't nobody ready to see no clown show. So that ain't happening.
I'm telling you.
So here, man, there's another subject we'll have to wait till we leave it on. Because not even worth even talking about the clown show. Because down there ain't nothing but a clown show down there in LA. There's gonna be another clown show.
So I know it's
fakers.
I know it's a sore subject before we leave. I know it's a sore subject, but who you got in the World Series? Who you got winning it all? I know Astros didn't make it.
I don't know, man. I can't really say. I can't keep up, And speaking of that, I got to get my boy Westbrook on next week. So that's discussion I say for next week. I'll have to pick up.
Well, I think the Dodgers gonna do it again. They got the large payroll. They got
Shohei last year. So.
They got Shohei. You got the Mariners trying to make their push to get into the first World Series ever as a franchise. So we got some good baseball as October wraps up and we go into November. This is the time of the year where you got like hockey's playing right now. You got NBA preseason. You got baseball. You got both football, college football, high school, basketball, high school. Yeah. So this is the time of the year where hey, if you got somebody, young ladies, you got somebody that's about that sports, you better kiss them goodbye for a couple of weeks, couple of months, because this is the time of year to get going.
But you know what though? What ESPN had this thing on, and I tell everybody, my advice to people out there: do not get married during football season.
Oh no!
And don't do that.
Why?
Everybody's not gonna make it. The fans, ESPN had a special about that last year. You don't get married between September and December.
Here's my thing. People do. Everybody do what you want to do, and it's not just about sports. Even though that's a big part of it, I don't think you should get married on holidays. Like
football season is different.
Football season is different. But you will get married July 4th weekend, then every year.
Well, yeah, you got that. People kind of win. You have a small wedding.
And then people say, "Well, I do it. I want to do it because people are on holidays and they got time off." If you about it, people gonna figure out a way to come to your wedding if that's what they're gonna do. But yeah, as far as football season goes, like you gonna have people. You get married to a football season, even if you're not a football fan, your spouse not a football fan, you're going to have people in your wedding trying to watch the game and get the scores while your wedding going on.
And some people don't show up to the wedding.
Yeah, some people like, honey, you go, so you can get them a gift, and y'all have a good time, for sure. So, yeah, public service announcement, don't get married during football season, please, ever.
Before we get out there, though, I do want to give a look. Went to the game a couple weeks ago. I just set the tone. I've been telling everybody about Landon Williams-Callis, a.k.a. Black Jesus, running back from Randall High School, 2027. No one running back in the country, 2027. I'm going to go online and everybody know. What I saw a couple weeks ago, boy, that is the best running back ever seen come out of the state of Texas. I'm going to go online and
that's saying a lot.
He got over 5,000 yards, broke Jonathan Gray record, and you look at the kids' carries. It's just unreal. One of my friends said, "Man, Pat, that kid been doing that since he was little." We all know that. But among my boys, I got boys going to the game, going to follow this kid. That kid is the best running back I ever seen in high school football. Period.
Yep.
I'm telling y'all right now, go see him while it's cheap.
Go
another year.
Go
online right now. Landon Williams-Callis, a.k.a. Black Jesus, the best running back I ever seen in high school football.
So be on the lookout. Going on social media, In the Tunnel, sports media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and we're gonna try to get some footage of him on our social media so y'all can check him out. So make sure you go on our social media, check him out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this In the Tunnel version. Coaches on the hot seat and coaches lost their seat.
Yeah,
Look forward to
it's gonna be a line.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get back and talk about it. I know we're gonna be talking about this for the rest of the year. And the guys, is gonna be some surprise firing, but it's just how this thing is gonna work, Dallas Melvin, with the firing, and they recruit, and they got 2 weeks.
It's all about the money. It's all about the money.
I know that, but still, you got decisions to make, and you got to hurry and get in where you fit in at. Because there's going to be a lot of high school kids. Scholarships going to be between.
No, for sure.
January,
For sure.
After signing day in December.
For sure.
In February, a lot of high school kids going to get lucky. They're going to get blessed. So it's interesting.
Thanks for tuning in. We look forward to seeing y'all next week. Peace.